Hello everyone. On this video, I'm going to be showing you how to publish your Visual Studio 2019 project into Microsoft Azure. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I already have my account set up. I'm going to go through the process of creating like a test website into your Azure account, and we're going to go into Visual Studio and we're going to publish it into our Azure account. So let's go ahead and sign in first into Azure. So now you go to the portal. Once you sign in, so once you are in your portal, you got a few things you can do, right? So the very first thing we're gonna do is create a source. And on the list here, we're gonna create a web app and go ahead and create web app create. All right, you pick whatever subscription you have. I'm gonna do resource a test site. Okay, app name, I'm gonna be app this test app name. So as you guys can see, my website is going to be thistestappname.azurewebsites.net. Okay, runtime stack. For this example, I'm going to choose .NET 5, Windows. The region matters where you are located, right? So for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pick Central USA. Let's go ahead and click deployment. So all the next items you can click to be default, doesn't really matter. Even, I mean, you might need application site. It's up to you. Go ahead and click next, next, and now I'm gonna go ahead and create the site. All right, now it's initializing it. Just give it a second. It's deploying right now. All right, as you guys can see on top here, it's still loading. All right, so it's still going. It's still doing something. Let's give it a second. You can see here it's moving, it's loading. Something's happening. All right, so it's good to go now. So deployment is complete. You can click here on top, go to resource if you want. This is your site name right here, URL right here. This is this app, this test app name.com. If you right click on it and click open link in a new tab, all right, this is gonna be the default URL. This is what you get, right? This is the basic page. All right, let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio. I'm just gonna create a web API because it's a lot simpler to do. So let's go ahead and next, ASP.NET web application. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it is. Azure test app. Go ahead and click create. It's gonna prompt what kind. I'm just gonna do web API for now, but you guys can pick whatever you want. Go ahead and create again. Just give it a second here to create the solution. It looks like your app is up and running. This is just the basic stuff, right? So if you run it here in Visual Studio, so this is what we should see when we publish this into our Azure website. All right, let's give it a second here. So this is what we should see right now. This is what we see right now. All right, so let's go ahead and right click on your project and click publish. I'm already signed in on my Visual Studio with the same login that I use for Azure. So once I click Azure here, so basically all I'm gonna do is select Azure option after I click publish, click next. So it's gonna be Azure App Service, Windows, click next. So now I have to look for my resource. My resource is my test site. I already had created this previously. So, but now I want this test app name site, and go ahead and click finish. And the last step of publishing your project from Visual Studio to Azure, it's to go ahead and click publish. At the bottom here, you're gonna see a statuses of what's going on. As you guys can see here, it's still doing something. Just give it a second here. All right, looks like still going. Yep. So it is done. Now it's open it up the website for us automatically. So let's see what we're gonna see here. Let's give it a second. So, and we are good to go. So this is how you publish your project from Visual Studio to Azure, to Microsoft Azure. If you guys have any questions, comments, or if you'd like me to do more videos on publishing to a different platform, feel free to drop a comment below. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching.